choosing where we live, work, and build our families, the right to pursue our dreams according to our interests and abilities, and the opportunity to live productive, meaningful lives is something we take for granted. For Vincent and other people with disabilities, however, enjoying this right often requires support. And unfortunately for many, outdated attitudes and funding cuts have denied them this piece of the American dream.
It's a civil rights issue. They should have the right to choose and to determine who provides those supports, where those supports are provided, what those supports are, and how they're going to live out their life in their community of choice.
Renee is the Chief Executive Officer of the American Network of Community Options and Resources, or ANCHOR, a national trade association representing more than 800 private providers of community living and employment support services to more than 400,000 individuals with disabilities. A nonprofit organization, ANCHOR advocates for the interests of private providers before Congress and federal agencies, pointing out the crucial role private providers play in enhancing and supporting the lives of people with disabilities and their families.
ANCHOR is committed to advancing the excellence of supports and services for people with disability and at the same time leading the way to communities of choice. We do that by providing education and training, leadership development, networking, and showcasing innovative strategies and technologies that our members can use to be more efficient, effective, and provide greater quality. The focus is on supporting our member organizations, and we do that in multiple ways. We have a rich legacy of advocacy on behalf of service providers across the country, both on the federal level, and then also the supports that we provide through education and training, capacity building, and networking our members so they can share solutions, innovations, and ideas.
Direct Support Professionals, or DSPs, are the key to delivering the support and services that make community living possible. But the DSP workforce is threatened by already enacted and proposed cuts to Medicaid funding. Through its national advocacy campaign, ANCHOR seeks to obtain the resources to recruit a sustainable direct support workforce.
Our DSPs and the DSPs in the industry really are the critical link between an individual and the community. And so they play a really important role in the day-to-day life, the connectedness they may have to either family or the community, to jobs. I think that if Medicaid or other funding sources begin to dry up as they are, there's a couple impacts. One is we already have a shortage of DSPs. We already have a shortage of people that I would refer to as heroes that are willing to work day in, day out. It impacts both the ability for us to get new heroes, and it stresses the heroes that we have to the point where we start to lose them.
We have had a national campaign since 2001 to raise awareness and campaign for better training, education, and higher compensation for the direct support workforce.
The impacts that are being felt aren't just being felt in my organization at NCC, they're being felt by me personally and by many families. I have an adult son with Down syndrome. He's an adult, he wants a life. He has a right to that life. He has a right to having a person-centered existence where he makes choices about his career. He makes choices about as many as he can and he's capable of with the support of a DSP or a community setting.
Aspen House has been a blessing to our family. It's a wonderful place, and we thank God all the time that Vincent was able to be a part of this family. Vincent's attitude, his behavior has changed. He's been a part of the Aspen House since 1986, and it's been a blessing for him and for his family. He has a routine that he follows. He goes to work. He feels a part of the community, where before I don't think he did. It's a wonderful place. I can't see Vincent anywhere else for the rest of his life. It's been a beautiful experience and for all of us, and we're closer to Vincent than we've ever been.
There are literally thousands of families right now waiting on a waiting list for a community opportunity that Vincent is experiencing right now. And that's unfortunate because really my son, like Vincent, have a right to that life, have a right to the joy of living like an adult, living like you and I.
We've actually expanded our workforce campaign and enhanced it, and really are now focusing on Medicaid. Obviously, anything we do on the workforce front around education, training, and wages is tied to Medicaid funding, and Medicaid funding is at dire risk at the moment. So we now have Medicaid Values People Initiative within the scope of our advocacy campaign. We really are looking at a very aggressive public policy program around Medicaid values people. I think a country is measured by how it treats all of its citizens of all abilities, and the community-based supports and services system respects the dignity and the potential of all Americans, particularly people with intellectual, developmental, and other disabilities, to do just that, to lead a meaningful and well-lived, productive life in their community of choice.
Learn more about Anchor, because we all matter. For more information, go to anchor.org or call 703-535-7850.